Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about something very useful. We will talk about how to talk about your daily routine in English. Many English learners know many words but they don't know how to use them in real life. They can read English. They can understand some English. But when someone asks, "What do you do each and every day?" they don't know what to say. If this happens to you, don't worry, you're not alone. A great many folks have the same problem. The great news is that you can improve. You can learn to talk about your daily routine in simple English. You only need to practice a bit each and every day. Let me tell you a little story. When I first began speaking English, I always wanted to say something interesting. I wanted to tell large stories. I wanted to use challenging words. But every time I tried, I became confused. I forgot words. I made many mistakes. Then one day, my teacher gave me simple advice. She said, "Talk about your day." At first, I thought it was too simple, but I listened to her every morning. I said, I wake up at 6 o'clock. I brush my teeth. I wash my face. I eat breakfast. Then I go to work. These were very simple sentences. But after many days, speaking became easier. My confidence became powerfuler. I learned that simple practice can create large results. Talking about your daily routine is one of the best ways to improve your English. Why? Because you already know your daily life. You don't have to imagine anything. You know what time you wake up. You know what you eat. You know where you go. You know what you do after work or school. This means you can focus on speaking English instead of thinking about new ideas. Each and every day gives you a new chance to practice. Let's think about your morning. Maybe you wake up at 7 o'clock. Maybe you make your bed. Maybe you drink a cup of tea or coffee. Maybe you eat eggs, bread, or fruit. These are all simple things. You can describe them in English. You can say, I wake up at 7. I make my bed. I brush my teeth. I take a shower. I have breakfast. These short sentences are simple, but they are very powerful. When you repeat them each and every day, your brain begins to remember them naturally. I remember one student who wanted to speak English fluently. Each and every day he studied grammar for many hours. He learned many challenging rules, but he still couldn't speak. Then I asked him one question. Can you tell me about your day? He became silent. He didn't know how to answer. So I told him to begin talking about his daily routine every morning. After 1 month, he became much more confident. His sentences became quicker. His pronunciation improved. He no longer translated every word in his mind. He simply spoke. Another great reason to talk about your daily routine is that many real conversations begin this way. Imagine you meet a new friend. They may ask, "What do you usually do?" or "What time do you wake up?" or "How do you spend your day?" If you can answer these questions, you can continue the conversation. You will feel relaxed. You won't be afraid. Speaking English isn't about using challenging words, it's about sharing simple ideas clearly. Don't think that simple English is poor English. Native speakers also use simple sentences each and every day. They say things like, I got up early. I had breakfast. I went to work. I came home late. These are normal sentences. They are useful because people understand them. Your goal is communication. Your goal is to share your thoughts. You don't need perfect English to do that. Another significant thing is repetition. Each and every day your routine is almost the same. You wake up, you eat, you work or study, you come home, you relax, you sleep. Since these actions happen each and every day, you can repeat the same English sentences again. Repetition assists your memory. The more you repeat, the easier speaking becomes. One day you won't notice that the words come out naturally. You won't have to think so much. When I was learning English, I made speaking a daily habit. Every morning, I looked in the mirror and talked to myself. I said, "Great morning. Today, I feel delighted. I woke up early. I am going to work. I will study English tonight." At first, it felt strange. I even laughed at myself. But after some time it became normal. My mouth became powerfuler. My pronunciation became clearer. Most significantly, I stopped being afraid of speaking. You can also write your daily routine in a notebook. Write 5 or 10 simple sentences every evening. The next morning, read them aloud. Then close the notebook and try to say them without looking. This is a marvelous exercise. It assists your reading, writing, speaking, and memory at the same time. You don't need expensive books. You only need a notebook and several minutes each and every day. Remember that mistakes are part of learning. Maybe you will forget a word. Maybe your grammar won't be perfect, that's okay. Every mistake teaches you something new. Every sentence you speak makes you a bit improved. Don't wait until your English is perfect. Begin speaking today. Begin with your daily routine because it's simple, familiar, and useful. So from today, make a little promise to yourself. Every morning or every evening, spend 5 minutes talking about your day in English. Say what you do. Say where you go. Say what you eat. Say how you feel. These little conversations with yourself will gradually build your confidence. Step by step, day by day, your English will become powerfuler. One day you will look back and smile because the simple habit of talking about your daily routine changed your English forever. Chapter 2. Learn the most common daily routine sentences. We will learn how to describe your day using simple and natural English sentences. Don't worry if your English isn't perfect, we're going to use simple words and short sentences. These are the same kinds of sentences that a great many folks use each and every day. If you practice them often, you will become more confident. Little by little, speaking English will feel natural. Let's begin with the morning. The morning is the beginning of your day. Almost everyone has a maybe your routine is different from mine, but that's okay. You can simply describe what you do. You can say, I wake up at 6 o'clock. I get out of bed. I make my bed. I brush my teeth. I wash my face. I take a shower. I get dressed. I have breakfast. Then I leave my house. These are very simple sentences. They are simple to remember because they happen almost each and every day. If you wake up later, just change the time. If you drink tea instead of coffee, say, I drink tea. If you eat bread and eggs, say, I eat bread and eggs for breakfast. Speak about your real life. That makes speaking easier because you don't have to imagine anything. I remember a student who wanted to speak English each and every day. He began by learning only 5 morning sentences. Every morning he repeated them while getting ready for work. At first he spoke very gradually. Sometimes he forgot a word, but after 2 weeks he could say the whole routine without stopping solway. He was surprised because he never thought simple practice could assist so much. After the morning comes the daytime. Maybe you go to school. Maybe you go to work. Maybe you stay at home. Every person has a different schedule, but everyone can talk about it in English. You can say, I go to work at 8 o'clock. I drive my car. I take the bus. I walk to school. I study English. I work on my computer. I talk to my friends. I have lunch at 1 o'clock. I complete work at 5. Notice that these sentences are short and clear. They are not challenging. They are simple to understand. When you speak, don't worry about making your sentences long. Short sentences are enough. Clear English is always improved than challenging English. One day I met a man who worked in a little shop. He wanted to speak English with foreign customers. Every evening he practiced talking about his work. He said, I open the shop at 9 o'clock. I assist customers. I answer questions. I clean the shop. I close the shop at 8 o'clock. After several months, he became much more comfortable speaking English. His customers understood him and he felt proud of his progress. Now, let's talk about the evening. The evening is a great time to practice English because your day is almost completed. You already know everything that happened. You can tell the story of your day. You already know everything that happened. You can tell the story of your day. You can say, I come home in the evening. I change my clothes. I cook dinner. I eat with my family. I watch television. I read a book. I study English. I talk to my friends. I take a shower. I go to bed at 10 o'clock. These are normal daily activities. They happen in many homes around the world. You can change the sentences to match your own life. Maybe you play football after work. Maybe you exercise. Maybe you listen to music. Just describe your real activities. Here is another useful idea. Instead of only saying what you do, you can also talk about how you feel. You can say, I feel delighted today. I feel tired after work. I feel excited to learn English. I feel relaxed after dinner. I feel sleepy at night. Adding your feelings makes your English more interesting. It also assists you learn new vocabulary that you can use in many conversations. Another great habit, speaking while you're doing the activity. For example, while brushing your teeth, say I am brushing my teeth. While making breakfast, say I am making breakfast. While walking outside, say I am walking to work. This is a simple exercise, but it trains your brain to think in English. Soon you won't need to translate from your first language. I remember trying this exercise myself. The first few days felt strange. I talked quietly because I didn't want anyone to hear me. But after some time, I noticed something astonishing. I was thinking in English more often. Instead of translating every sentence, English words came into my mind naturally. That happened because I practiced each and every day. Don't try to memorize hundreds of sentences at once. Learn several sentences first. Repeat them until they become simple. Then add several more little steps. Always led to large success. Learning English is like climbing a staircase. You go up one step at a time. If you try to jump to the top, you may fall. But if you keep climbing gradually, you will reach your goal. You can also record your voice. Use your phone and talk about your daily routine for 1 or 2 minutes. Then listen to yourself. You will hear your pronunciation. You won't miss your mistakes. Next time you can improve. Many learners are afraid to hear their own voices, but this exercise is one of the quickest ways to improve your speaking. Another assistful idea is to ask yourself simple questions each and every day. Ask, what time did I wake up? What did I eat for breakfast? What did I do today? Where did I go? Who did I meet? What will I do tomorrow? Then answer each question in simple English. This feels like a real conversation, even when you're alone. Always remember that confidence comes from practice, not from perfection. Every sentence you speak makes your English powerfuler. Each and every day you practice brings you closer to speaking fluently. Don't compare yourself with other learners. Compare yourself with the person you were yesterday. If you can speak one more sentence today than yesterday, you're making progress. So from today, begin talking about your morning, your afternoon, and your evening in English. Use simple words. Use short sentences. Repeat them each and every day. Soon you won't notice that speaking English becomes easier, quicker, and more enjoyable. Your daily routine will become your daily English lesson, and that little habit will assist you become a confident English speaker. Chapter 3. How to speak about your day with confidence. We will learn how to speak about our daily routine with confidence. Many English learners know the right words, but they still feel nervous when they speak. Their hands become cold. Their hearts beat quick. They worry about making mistakes. If this happens to you, remember that it's completely normal. Every fluent English speaker was once a beginner. Confidence doesn't come before practice. Confidence comes because of practice. Let me tell you a story. A young woman wanted to improve her English speaking. She knew many grammar rules. She had a great vocabulary. But every time someone asked her a simple question like, "What did you do today?" she became silent. She was afraid that people would laugh at her mistakes. One day she decided to practice speaking about her daily routine for just 5 minutes each and every day. She talked to herself while cooking, walking, and cleaning her room. She did this every single day. After 2 months, she noticed something marvelous. She no longer felt afraid. She could answer simple questions naturally. Nothing magical happened overnight. Her confidence grew because she practiced each and every day. The largest mistake many learners make is waiting until they think their English is perfect. They say, "I will speak when I know more words." Then they learn more words but still don't speak. Months pass. Sometimes years pass. They are still waiting. The truth is that you don't need perfect English to have a conversation. You only need simple English and the courage to use it. Imagine someone asks, "Tell me about your day." You don't need a long answer. You can simply say, "I woke up at 6 o'clock. I had breakfast with my family. I went to work. I worked until 5 in the evening. Then I came home. I had dinner. I studied English for 30 minutes. After that, I watched a movie and went to bed." This answer is simple, clear, and natural. Anyone can understand it. One useful habit is to speak out loud instead of only thinking. Many students read English silently. They understand the words, but they never move their mouths. Speaking is a physical skill. Your mouth, tongue, and lips need practice. If you only read in your mind, your speaking will improve very gradually. Read your daily routine aloud each and every day. Speak gradually. Say every word clearly. Don't rush. When I was learning English, I spent many evenings talking to myself. I described everything I was doing. I said, "Now I am making tea. Now I am washing the dishes. Now I am reading a book." At first, it felt a bit funny. Sometimes I laughed because I was speaking to an empty room. But after several weeks, English became a natural part of my daily life. I no longer needed to translate every sentence into my own language. I simply thought and spoke in English. Another significant tip is to smile while speaking. This may sound strange, but smiling assists you relax. When you're relaxed, your voice becomes smoother. Your words come out more naturally. People also enjoy listening to someone who sounds friendly and positive. Confidence isn't about speaking loudly. Confidence is about speaking calmly and clearly. Don't worry if you forget a word. This happens to everyone. Instead of stopping, use other simple words. For example, if you forget the word quick, you can say I ate in the morning. If you forget the word exercise, you can say I did some physical activity. The significant thing is to keep talking. Communication is more significant than using perfect vocabulary. Here is another simple exercise. At the end of each and every day, sit quietly for 5 minutes. Close your eyes and think about your day. Then open your eyes and tell the story in English. Begin from the morning and continue until bedtime. Speak gradually. Don't worry about mistakes. Tomorrow tell the same story again, but try to speak a bit more smoothly each and every day. Your English will become powerfuler. I remember a man who worked as a taxi driver. He wanted to speak English with tourists. Every night before sleeping, he talked about his day for 10 minutes. He described the people he met, the places he visited, and the things he learned. At first, he stopped many times because he forgot words. But after several months, he could speak for 10 minutes without stopping. His daily routine became his English classroom. Listening is also truly essential. After you speak about your day, listen to yourself. Record your voice using your phone. When you hear your recording, you won't miss words that are challenging to pronounce. You will hear sentences that sound strange. This is a marvelous opportunity to improve. Don't feel embarrassed by your voice. Every recording is another step toward improved English. Another assistful habit's asking yourself simple questions. Ask, what time did I wake up? Then answer, I woke up at 7 o'clock. Ask, what did I eat for lunch? Then answer, I ate rice and chicken. Ask, what did I learn today? Then answer honestly. This creates a real conversation even when you're practicing alone. Remember that every little improvement is significant. Maybe yesterday you could only speak for 30 seconds. Today you can speak for 1 minute. That's progress. Next week maybe you will speak for 3 minutes. Next month maybe 5 minutes. Fluency grows one sentence at a time. Never compare yourself to someone who has studied English for many years. Compare yourself to the person you were yesterday. Celebrate every new word you learn. Celebrate every sentence you speak. Celebrate every moment when you understand something that was challenging before. These little victories keep you motivated. Most significantly, enjoy the process. Talking about your daily routine shouldn't feel like a challenging school lesson. It should feel like telling a friend about your life. Your daily routine is your own story. No one knows it improved than you do. That's why it's the perfect topic for speaking practice. So, beginning today, make speaking about your day a daily habit. Every morning, every afternoon, or every evening, spend several minutes describing your routine in simple English. Speak clearly. Speak gradually. Smile. Keep going. Even if you make mistakes. Day after day, your confidence will grow. One day, you will realize that speaking English no longer feels scary. It will simply become a natural part of your everyday life. Chapter 4. Use simple words to speak naturally each and every day. Many English learners believe they must learn challenging vocabulary before they can speak well. They spend hours memorizing long word lists. They learn words they never use. Then when they have a simple conversation, they can't remember those words. This is a common mistake. The truth is that simple English is powerful English. Let me tell you a story. A young man wanted to impress people with his English. Each and every day he learned 20 challenging words. He knew words that many native speakers rarely used. But when someone asked him, "What did you do today?" he became confused. He tried to remember complicated vocabulary instead of speaking naturally. Another learner only learned simple daily words. She learned words like wake up, eat, drink, work, study, clean, cook, walk, sleep, and relax. She practiced these words each and every day. After several months, she could speak more confidently than the first student. Why? Because she practiced the words she actually needed. Think about your own daily life. How many different things do you really do each and every day? Maybe you wake up, brush your teeth, take a shower, have breakfast, go to work or school, study, eat lunch, come home, cook dinner, watch television, read a book, and go to bed. These activities use simple words. If you master these words, you can already have many conversations in English. For example, you can say, I wake up at 6 o'clock every morning. I brush my teeth and wash my face. Then I take a shower. After that, I have breakfast with my family. I go to work by bus. I work until 5 o'clock. In the evening, I come home, cook dinner, study English for 30 minutes, and go to bed around 10 o'clock. None of these sentences use challenging vocabulary. Yet, they sound clear and natural. When I was learning English, I also believed I needed large words. I bought vocabulary books filled with advanced expressions. I spent many hours memorizing them. But when I met someone and tried to have a conversation, I forgot almost everything. One day I changed my method. Instead of learning challenging words, I learned useful words. I practiced them each and every day gradually. My conversations became smoother. I realized that communication is much more significant than showing how many words you know. Another significant tip is to repeat the same useful words in different sentences. For example, take the word work. You can say, I work in an office. I work from Monday to Friday. I work with friendly people. I work 8 hours a day. I work hard each and every day. You're using the same word again and again, but every sentence is different. You're using this repetition assists your brain remember the word forever. Let's look at another simple word, eat. You can say I eat breakfast at 7. I eat lunch with my friends. I eat dinner with my family. I eat fruit each and every day. I eat healthy food. Again, these are simple sentences, but they're useful. The more you repeat them, the more natural they become. I remember a woman who wanted to improve her English because she planned to travel. She worried that her vocabulary was too little. I asked her to write down every activity she did during one normal day. She wrote about waking up, cooking, shopping, cleaning, reading, talking to her children, and watching television. Then we learned the English words for those activities. After only several weeks, she realized she could already describe her whole day in English. She didn't need thousands of words. She only needed the right ones. Another mistake learners often make is translating every sentence from their own language. This takes too much time. Instead, try to connect simple English words directly to your daily actions. When you drink water, think I am drinking water. When you open the door, think I am opening the door. When you sit down, think I am sitting. This simple habit teaches your brain to think in English instead of translating. You can also place little English notes around your home. Put the word mirror on your mirror. Put the word door on your door. Put the word window on your window. Every time you see these objects, read the English word, then make a simple sentence. This is my mirror. I am opening the door. The window is open. These tiny lessons happen naturally throughout your day. Don't feel embarrassed if your sentences are short. A short sentence that's correct is much improved than a long sentence full of mistakes. Native speakers often use simple English in everyday conversations. They don't always speak with long and complicated sentences. They simply express their ideas clearly. Another assistful exercise is to choose 10 useful words every week. Don't choose challenging words. Choose words you use each and every day. Practice speaking with those words until they become simple. Next week, choose 10 more. After 1 year, you will know hundreds of useful words that you can actually use in conversations. I remember recording myself every evening. I talked about my daily routine using only simple words. At first, I thought my English sounded too basic. But when I listened again, I realized something significant. My speech was clear. It was simple to understand. That's the real goal of communication. Speaking clearly is more valuable than using impressive vocabulary. As your confidence grows, you can gradually add new words. There's no need to hurry. Learning English is like building a house. First, you build a powerful foundation. Then, you add more rooms. If the foundation is weak, the whole house becomes unstable. Simple vocabulary is the powerful foundation of fluent English. Always remember that every fluent speaker once began with simple words like hello, great morning, thank you, and goodbye. Nobody begins with advanced vocabulary. Success comes from practicing the basics again and again until they become natural. So from today, stop worrying about challenging words. Focus on the words you use every single day. Speak about your morning, your work, your meals, your family, your hobbies, and your evening using simple English. Repeat these words often. Use them in many different sentences. Little by little, your vocabulary will grow naturally and your speaking will become smoother. One day you won't notice that you're having real conversations in English without even thinking about the words. That's the power of simple daily practice. Chapter 5. Talk about your daily routine like a real conversation. We will learn how to turn our daily routine into a real conversation. This is an significant step because speaking English isn't only about saying sentences, it's about communicate. Many learners can describe their day when they are alone, but they become nervous when someone asks them questions. Today, we will learn how to answer those questions naturally and confidently. Let me tell you a story. I once met a student who practiced English every evening. He could describe his daily routine perfectly when he was alone. He could say, I wake up at 6 o'clock. I have breakfast. I go to work. I come home. I study English. But when someone asked him, what time do you wake up, he became silent. He knew the answer, but he wasn't used to having a conversation. Then he began practicing questions and answers each and every day. After several weeks, he became much more comfortable. He realized that speaking isn't only about talking, it's also about listening and answering. Imagine that someone meets you for the first time. They smile and ask, what do you usually do every morning? You can answer, I usually wake up at 6 o'clock. I brush my teeth, take a shower, and have breakfast. Then I go to work. This answer is simple, but it sounds natural. Then they ask, what do you do at work? You can say, I work in an office. I answer emails, talk to my co-workers, and assist customers. Next, they ask, what do you do after work? You can answer, after work, I come home, have dinner with my family, study English for 30 minutes, and then relax. Do you see what is happening? The conversation is moving naturally. You're simply talking about your life. You already know the answers because you live your routine each and every day. One assistful exercise is to ask yourself questions in front of a mirror. Look at yourself and ask, what time do I wake up? Then answer the question. Next, ask, what do I eat for breakfast? Answer again. Continue asking simple questions until you have talked for 5 or 10 minutes. This feels like a real conversation, even when you're practicing alone. When I was learning English, I used this method every morning. I asked myself many questions. Sometimes I even imagined another person asking me. At first, I answered very gradually. Sometimes I stopped because I forgot a word. But after practicing each and every day, my answers became quicker. I no longer needed to think about every speaking became much easier. Another useful habit is to add little details to your answers. Instead of saying I eat breakfast, you can say I eat breakfast with my family. I usually eat eggs, bread, and fruit. Instead of saying I go to work, you can say I go to work by bus. It takes about 30 minutes. These extra details make your conversation more interesting. Remember that conversations aren't a race. You don't have to speak very quick. Many learners think that speaking quickly means speaking fluently. That's not true. Speaking clearly is much more significant than speaking quick. If you speak gradually and pronounce your words clearly, people will understand you improved. Here are some common questions you should practice each and every day. What time do you wake up? What do you eat for breakfast? How do you go to work or school? What do you do in the afternoon? What do you usually do in the evening? What time do you go to bed? Practice answering these questions each and every day. Soon you will answer them without thinking. I remember meeting a traveler who wanted to improve his English before visiting another country. Every evening he practiced answering these simple questions. When he finally traveled, people asked him almost the same questions. He was surprised because he already knew the answers. He had practiced them hundreds of times. His preparation gave him confidence and he enjoyed talking with new people. Another great idea is to practice with a friend. One person asks the questions and the other person answers, then change roles. This simple activity assists both people improve their speaking and listening skills. If you don't have a partner, do not worry. You can still practice by asking and answering your own questions. Don't worry if your answers are short at first. A short answer is perfectly fine. As your confidence grows, you can make your answers longer. For example, first you may say, I wake up at 6. Later you may say, I wake up at 6 o'clock every morning because I like to exercise before work. Both answers are correct. The second one simply gives more information. Listening is also an significant part of every conversation. When someone asks you a question, listen carefully. Don't think about your answer while they are still speaking. Listen first, then answer calmly. Great communication always includes both listening and speaking. Another exercise is to imagine different situations. Imagine you're talking to a new friend. Imagine you're talking to your teacher. Imagine you're talking to a coworker. Practice introducing your daily routine in each situation. The more situations you imagine, the more prepared you will feel in real life. One day, I realized that speaking English was becoming easier. It wasn't because I had learned thousands of new words. It was because I had practiced simple conversations each and every day. I answered the same questions again and again until they became natural. Those little conversations built my confidence. One sentence at a time. Always remember that real conversations are made of simple ideas. People ask about your family, your work, your hobbies, your plans, and your daily routine. If you can talk comfortably about these topics, you already have a powerful foundation for speaking English. So, beginning today, practice turning your daily routine into a conversation. Ask yourself questions. Answer them with simple English. Add little details. Speak gradually and clearly. Don't be afraid of mistakes. Every conversation you practice brings you one step closer to speaking English naturally. Day after day, you notice that answering questions becomes easier, your confidence becomes powerfuler, and English becomes a comfortable part of your everyday life. Chapter 6. Build the habit of speaking about your daily routine each and every day. We're going to learn one of the most significant secrets of becoming a confident English speaker. The secret isn't talent, it's not a perfect memory, it's not knowing thousands of words. The secret is building a daily habit. Little practice each and every day is much improved than long practice once a week. If you speak English each and every day, even for just 10 minutes, you will improve quicker than someone who studies for hours only once in a while. Let me tell you a story. I knew a student who wanted to become fluent in English. On Monday, he studied for 3 hours. Then he stopped practicing for 5 days. The next Monday, he studied again for 3 hours. He thought he was working very hard, but his English improved very gradually. Then he changed his plan. Instead of studying for 3 hours once a week, he practiced for 15 minutes every single day. Every morning, he talked about his daily routine in English. Every evening, he described what happened during his day. After only several months, his English became much improved. He spoke more naturally. He remembered more words. Most significantly, he enjoyed speaking English because it had become a normal part of his life. This story teaches us a significant lesson. Learning English is like exercising your body. If you go to the gym once a month, you won't become powerfuler. But if you exercise a bit each and every day, your body changes gradually. Speaking English works the same way. Your brain becomes powerfuler every time you practice. Every sentence you speak is another little step toward fluency. Begin your day with English. When you wake up, greet yourself in English. Say, "Great morning. Today is a new day." Then continue speaking. Say, "I feel delighted today. I am going to brush my teeth. I am going to make breakfast. After breakfast, I will go to work." These simple sentences wake up your English brain before your busy day begins. While you're getting ready, keep talking. If you're making tea, say, "I am making tea." If you're putting on your shoes, say, "I am putting on my shoes." If you're leaving your house, say, "I am leaving for work." You don't need another person to practice. Your daily activities become your English lesson. When I began doing this, I noticed something interesting. At first, I had to think about every sentence. Sometimes I stopped because I forgot a word, but after many days of practice, I no longer had to think so much. The words came naturally. I realized that my daily routine was assisting me think in English without translating. Pray sucks. Another assistful habit to keep a daily English journal. Every evening, write a short paragraph about your day. You don't need long or challenging sentences. Write simple things like, today I woke up early. I had breakfast with my family. I worked all day. In the evening, I studied English for 30 minutes. I am delighted because I learned 5 new words. The next morning, read your paragraph aloud. Then close your notebook and try to tell the same story without looking. This simple exercise improves your reading, writing, speaking, and memory at the same time. I remember a young learner who bought a lovely notebook just for English practice. Every night before sleeping she wrote about her day. At first she filled only half a page. After several months she could write a full page without much challenging. Later she began speaking about those same experiences without reading. Her writing assisted her speaking and her speaking helped her writing. Everything improved together. Another excellent habit's recording your voice each and every day. Don't worry if you think your pronunciation isn't great, that's exactly why you should record yourself. Speak for 2 or 3 minutes about your daily routine. Then listen carefully. Ask yourself simple questions. Did I speak clearly? Did I pause too often? Did I pronounce the words correctly? Tomorrow try again. You will hear little improvements and those small improvements will give you confidence. Sometimes you may feel tired. Maybe you come home after a long day and don't feel like practicing English. This happens to everyone. On those days, don't stop completely. Even if you practice for only 5 minutes, you're keeping your habit alive. 5 minutes each and every day is much improved than 0 minutes. Remember, consistency is more significant than perfection. There was a man who worked long hours each and every day. He often came home feeling exhausted. He thought he didn't have enough time to study English. So he created a simple plan. Every night before sleeping, he spoke about his day for just 5 minutes. That was all. After 1 year, those 5 minutes had become more than 30 hours of speaking practice. He was amazed by how much his English had improved through such a little daily habit. Another great idea is to use English during your free moments. While waiting for a bus, describe the people around you in simple English. While walking, talk about the weather. While cooking, name the ingredients you're using. While shopping, say the names of the things you want to buy. These little moments may seem insignificant, but together they create many hours of English practice over time. Don't become discouraged if your progress feels gradual. Learning a language is a journey, not a race. Some days you will speak very well. Other days you may forget simple words. That's completely normal. Every learner has great days and challenging days. The significant thing is to continue practicing. Never let one poor day stop you from continuing your journey. Celebrate your progress. Maybe today you spoke for 3 minutes without stopping. Celebrate that success. Maybe today you learned a new sentence and used it correctly. Celebrate that too. Celebrate. Every little achievement is proof that you're improving. Success is built from many little victories. Most significantly, enjoy the process. Don't think of English as another challenging subject. Think of it as a way to share your life with the world. Every time you talk about your daily routine, you're telling your own story. Your story is unique. Your experiences matter. Speaking English gives you the power to share them with people from many different countries. So beginning today, make English a part of your daily routine just like brushing your teeth or eating breakfast. Speak every morning. Speak every evening. Write a bit. Read a bit. Read a little. Listen a little. Repeat your simple daily routine again and again. Day after day. Week after week. Month after month. Your confidence will grow. One day you will realize that speaking English is no longer something you practice. It will simply become something you do naturally every single day. Chapter 7. Your daily routine can change your English forever. Your daily routine can change your English forever if you stay consistent and never give up. Let me tell you one last story. There was a young man who dreamed of speaking English fluently. He wasn't rich. He couldn't travel to another country. He couldn't join expensive English classes. He only had a notebook, a mobile phone, and a powerful desire to learn. Every morning, he spent 10 minutes talking about his daily routine in English. Every evening, he spoke about what happened during his day. He made many mistakes. Sometimes he forgot simple words. Sometimes he felt frustrated, but he never stopped. After 6 months, something astonishing happened. His English was no longer the same. He could introduce himself with confidence. He could answer simple questions without fear. He could have short conversations with people from other countries. His friends asked him, how did your English improve so much? He smiled and gave a very simple answer. I talked about my daily routine every single day. That answer may sound too simple, but it's true. Success isn't built in one day. Success is built one little step at a time. Every sentence you speak is like putting one little brick on a wall. One brick doesn't look impressive. Two bricks don't look impressive either. But after many days, those little bricks become a powerful wall. Your English grows the same way. Many learners think they need a perfect plan before they begin. They spend weeks searching for the best book, the best app, or the best course. They believe that someday they will find the perfect method. But while they are searching, they aren't speaking. Remember this: the best method is the one you actually use each and every day. Speaking for 10 minutes each and every day is much improved than reading about English for 2 hours without opening your mouth. There will be days when you feel excited. On those days, speak as much as you can. There will also be days when you feel tired or discouraged. On those days, don't stop completely. Even if you only say 5 simple sentences, you're still moving forward. Progress is progress, no matter how little it seems. When I was learning English, I also had challenging days. Sometimes I forgot simple words that I already knew. Sometimes I listened to native speakers and understood very little. There were moments when I wondered if I would ever become fluent. But instead of giving up, I returned to the basics. I talked about my morning. I talked about my work. I talked about my family. I talked about my plans for tomorrow. Those simple conversations gradually rebuilt my confidence. Always remember that fluency doesn't mean speaking without mistakes. Even native speakers make mistakes sometimes. Fluency means expressing your ideas comfortably and naturally. If people understand you, then you're communicating successfully. That's what really matters. Another significant lesson is to enjoy your journey. Don't only think about the day when you become fluent. Enjoy every new word you learn. Enjoy every conversation you have. Enjoy every moment when you realize that you understood a sentence without translating it. These little moments are signs that you're improving. Keep challenging yourself little by little. Today speak for 2 minutes about your daily routine. Next week try speaking for 5 minutes. Next month try speaking for 10 minutes. Add new details. Talk about your feelings, your goals, your hobbies, and your dreams. Gradually your English will become richer and more natural. Never compare yourself with other learners. Everyone has a different journey. Some people learn quickly. Others need more time. That's perfectly okay. The only person you should compare yourself with is the person you were yesterday. If you can say one more sentence today, then you're already improving. Imagine yourself 1 year from now. Imagine waking up and speaking English naturally without fear. Imagine introducing yourself confidently to new people. Imagine traveling to another country and having real conversations. Imagine watching English videos and understanding much more than you do today. All of these things are possible if you continue practicing every single day. Your daily routine is something you will always have. Every morning gives you another opportunity to practice. Every afternoon gives you another story to tell. Every evening gives you another chance to review your day. You never run out of speaking topics because your own life gives you fresh material every single day. So make a promise to yourself today. Promise that you won't wait for the perfect time. Promise that you won't let fear stop you. Promise that you will speak a bit English each and every day. Remember, little daily practice creates large results over time. Before we complete, I want to say how proud I am that you stayed with me until the end of this lesson. That shows you're serious about improving your English. Keep believing in yourself. Keep speaking. Keep making mistakes. Keep learning from those mistakes each and every day you practice. You're becoming an improved English speaker. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. I truly hope this lesson assists you speak English with more confidence. If you enjoyed this lesson and found it useful, please support the channel by giving this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel English Pulse and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our future English lessons. Also write a comment below in simple English and tell me about your daily routine. I would love to read your comments and encourage you on your English journey. Thank you once again for watching. Keep practicing. Keep believing in yourself and remember this. Every great English speaker began with one simple sentence. Your journey begins today and your future is waiting for you. See you in the next lesson.